remember that they're changing my voice. People who live by Paradise Park, people who live by Nordstrom Park in Morgan Hill, people who live by Seven Trees, who live by Shady Oaks Park, who live by Los Paseos Park, Christmas Hill Park, El Roble, what have you, in Gilroy, Morgan Hill, in San Jose, you should know that I'm being persecuted by white, Jewish, and LGBT hate groups and their token minority allies. There's some gang members helping them out, law enforcement, what have you. The massive network of the state. I have over 22 witnesses on record, and law enforcement refuses to do anything about it in the tradition of the racist American state. Okay, the history of racism that we see in this country. Okay, the social clubs that were leading the charge more than the Ku Klux Klan in the history of America, like the Freemasons, the Oddfellows, the Knights of Malta, the countless Greek societies who were encouraged to first and foremost maintain the existing white social orders, they're still around. The colleges and institutions are still around. You should know that I'm being persecuted, and you should know what white supremacy is. One white person who grew up in an area that was famous for its degree of white supremacy said that America is a white supremacist nation. And he has 653,000 views. He said, quote, "White supremacy is the single most dangerous thing in America to anybody." Goes on to say, they've been told by white supremacy that white people are the center of the world. If you don't dress like them, that's a problem. If you don't act like them, it's a problem. If you don't believe like them, it's a problem. And if, more importantly, if your experience is not like theirs, he says that they believe it's a problem. And that's what's going on here. Because of my legal and peaceful top martial arts challenge, because of my view on the Bible, because of my more logical and rational and fair view and explanation, because I tell the truth about it. In the history of all those racist hate groups like the Klan that worked with the churches, especially Protestant churches, that persecuted black people for challenging the claim that white people and Jews and were chosen, in the history of all those institutions and groups that abuse people in prison, in the Boy Scouts, etc., they're persecuting me for telling the truth about these things. And I'm the top martial artist ever. I'm not afraid of anybody, especially anyone who is synced to the level of being a complete coward and persecuting the most righteous person ever, whose father is a humanitarian. I just am never going to fear that type of people. That is ridiculous. I only fear God, and people who sink to that level are like characters in the Simpsons or something. I mean, it's unbelievable. And they think I should be like them. And look at their groups. Jocks, greedy businessmen, racist social clubs that pretend they're not, on the right, left, and middle, and otherwise. Okay? Rockers, emos, goths, K-pop. I mean, I believe in the true principles of being a man in reality. Not white supremacy, suit-wearing, social club stuff, but reality. Actually doing the right thing. Ver and virtue means man. It's not show and virtue. It's not pretend and virtue. It's not illusion and virtue. It's ver in virtue. A man has to be virtuous. He can't live a show. He can't live a lie. That's not manning up and living in reality and facing reality. If you can't man up and stand on your own 10 toes and face reality, you're not equal to those who can. And of those who can, I'm the top martial artist ever possible. And I'm being persecuted for telling the truth while law enforcement plays stupid in the history, in the tradition of playing stupid about these things that law enforcement has always been a part of in this nation. Thank you.